Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Nhung Phanonoy, and now let's take a look at our top stories as usual. Mekong Delta asked to take advantage of policies to grow further. Early ripening longan in Silla yields high economic efficiency. And later on, daily life in Hanoi captured by former UN diplomat. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc met voters in Ho Chi Minh City on June 21st. We have details in the following report. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc and National Assembly deputies in Ho Chi Minh City met with 200 voters who are members of the Municipal Fatherland Front Committee, religious dignitaries, outstanding athletes, and artists. The voters voiced their opinions on development of public health, improvement of social welfare, and measures to resolve pressing issues facing city dwellers. President Phúc highly valued voters' opinions. He pointed to solutions to remove current limitations. He said it is necessary for Ho Chi Minh City to rearrange its grassroots medical establishments, prevent problems facing the city's health system due to shortage of medical staff. He asked Ho Chi Minh City to better support workers. He said the city should introduce specific policies relating to housing and kindergartens to address labor shortage and attract workers. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on June 21st chaired a conference to announce a master plan and investment promotion program for the Mekong Delta region in the 2021-2030 period. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính asked Mekong Delta, Vietnam's biggest food basket, to make most of the party and state policies dedicated to the region for its further development. He required Mekong Delta to develop high-quality, high-efficiency and value-added commodity agriculture combined with services, ecotourism and industry. He said localities and sectors should coordinate in removing bottlenecks related to transport infrastructure and logistics, speeding up the disbursement of public investment and intensify public-private cooperation. During the conference, ministers, chairmen of the People's Committee of Provinces and Cities, representatives from economic groups at home and abroad, and ambassadors and leaders of international organizations emphasized the role and position of Cần Thơ as the center of the Mekong Delta region and regional development linkage. Measures to promote sustainable marine economic development associated with mangrove ecosystem and coastal protection, natural disaster prevention and control, and climate change adaptation and cooperation and support for the Mekong Delta's development were also put on the table. Vice President of the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam Nguyễn Hùng Sơn has presented the An Nam Đại Quốc Họa Đồ, or map the great country of An Nam, to the House of European History in Brussels, Belgium. The presentation is a vivid illustration of the close relations between Vietnam and Belgium in the fields of politics, culture, and history.
This special map, which is 84 centimeters long and 45 centimeters wide, was drawn by James-Louis Talbot from France and published in India's Sembrampur city in 1838. It depicts the archipelagos of Paracel and Siêu Cáp Vàng, the Hoàng Sa archipelago within Vietnamese waters. It was the largest and most complete map of Vietnam at the time. Its name is written in 3 languages: Han, Chinese characters, Vietnamese script, and Laotian script. All landmarks of the map, including those in China, Laos, and Cambodia, are written in Vietnamese script, while the footnotes are in Vietnamese, Laotian, and French characters. The Paracel at Siêu Cáp Vàng, written on the map, affirms that the archipelago is Cáp Vàng, or Hoàng Sa in Vietnamese.
The presentation of the map helps international friends gain a better understanding of Vietnamese history and a deeper insight into the history of the East Sea and the current situation in the waters.
We're delighted to receive the map from Vietnam. It will help both researchers and visitors understand more about Vietnam's geographical history. I hope that cooperation and exchange between two sides in history and culture will continue to expand.
During his stay in Belgium and Europe, Son also received 13 sets of documents on Vietnamese borders and territory from international law professor Jean Salmond. including a valuable document set on Vietnam's Hoàng Sa archipelago, written in 1960.
A government action plan has just been issued to realize the Politburo's Resolution number 13 on developing the Mekong Delta region until 2030. Accordingly, the region is expected to develop agricultural centers in association with specialized farming zones and urban areas.
The agricultural centers will include one in Cần Thơ City, associated with the development of logistics services in Hậu Giang province, and centers in Hậu Giang and Đồng Tháp provinces in connection with freshwater aquatic products, fruits and rice, among others. The resolution also targets to build Cần Thơ City into a developed center of the Mekong Delta region, while Phú Quốc in Kiên Giang province into a center of high-quality ecological tourism and service. Under the resolution, an expressway system connecting the southeastern region will be completed by 2030, together with a system of seaports and international border gates. The Mekong Delta is the biggest food, fishery and fruit production hub in Vietnam.
Samsung Display Vietnam and the Vietnamese Students Association in the Republic of Korea have just signed a memorandum of understanding on cooperation in organizing recruitment workshops aimed to create new job opportunities for Vietnamese students and also have tightened the two countries' friendship.
Under the document, which was signed at the Vietnamese embassy in Seoul, the two sides will work together to hold such functions for all Vietnamese undergraduates and postgraduates. The two sides hope to seek high-quality human resources for Samsung Display Vietnam and equip the students with useful job-seeking information and skills. This June, they will hold recruitment workshops at 5 famous universities of the Republic of Korea.
It takes about 2 months for the main longan season to be harvested, but in Sông Mã district, the northern mountainous province of Sơn La, many households have already started harvesting early ripening longan with higher profit.
With local longan varieties on an area of more than a hectare that are decades old, Phạm Thị Thanh family cut and grafted the early ripened T6 variety provided by the Fruit and Vegetable Research Institute. She says that, although it is nearly 2 months before the main longan season will be harvested, her family has harvested also early ripened longan for many times. The value of early ripened longan is 4 to 5 times higher than from the main season.
The highest price for longan at the beginning of the season was some $2.6 per kilo and is now around $1.8. Local farmers like us are very happy with the price.
Our cooperative has converted to early ripening longan, which yields high economic efficiency. Since the beginning of the season, 4 to 5 tons of longan have been sold.
Sơn La is also applying new agricultural production methods, such as spreading crops and churning the thăm, a furrowing, and fruiting for different crops to reduce oversupply.
Sơn La has begun to grow new varieties with high economic value during the off-season to avoid overlaps with regular crops. Our early ripening T6 longan variety is harvested 1.5 to 2 months earlier than regular longan varieties.
Sông Mã district has a longan growing area of more than 7,500 hectares, including about 500 hectares of early ripened longan. The district is coordinating with the Research Institute of Fruit and Vegetables on guiding farmers to ripen longan varieties in different seasons to reduce market pressures and increase incomes for farmers.
The Vietnamese Food Festival, organized by the Vietnamese Association in France and the For Your Vietnam organization in Paris last weekend, attracted a large number of local people. This was the second year the festival has been held within the framework of the ICI Vietnam Festival's activities to introduce the cultural identity of Vietnam to the French friends.
Representatives from 26 associations, unions, businesses, and restaurants of the Vietnamese community in France brought many dishes and drinks typical of different regions in Vietnam to the festival. These include beef vermicelli, mixed vermicelli, spring rolls, bread, sugarcane juice, and tea and coffee, among others.
Vietnamese food is very tasty, with lots of choice, beautifully presented and rich in spices.
In addition to showcasing food, other activities were also held at the festival, such as art performances, folk games, and introductions to French-Vietnamese books.
This year, we held the food festival in combination with art performances on the big stage to introduce to the public the traditional culture and modern features of Vietnamese cuisine.
The festival also received support from the local government in Paris' 5th district. The district is very supportive of activities from the Vietnamese community in France, introducing Vietnamese culture.
Even though the weather was very hot, there was a lot of people at the festival, and the food was delicious.
The IC Festival Vietnam is the idea of a group of young French Vietnamese who hope to introduce Vietnamese culture to the French public.
A photo book featuring black and white photos of daily life in Hanoi came to the public recently. The photos were taken by Minh Phạm, a Vietnamese American and a former diplomat of the United Nations during his short visit to the capital city in 2016.
The black and white photos capture Minh's impression of the people, rhythms of life, and unique cultural features of Hanoi. Readers will feel his sense of humor through these unique perspectives and witty captions accompanying each photo. Minh returned to live in the capital city a year and a half ago and has since taken more photos of local life. The photos in the book were taken entirely with Minh's iPhone. The book is available in 3 languages, Vietnamese, English, and Italian, with writer Paola Boncompagni doing the Italian translation.